Hi all, decided to take some video of this chain case issue I got going on here. We'll start with the outer case. Everybody know. You can see that shiny stuff is a bunch of marring that was on the inside, but it looks like the actual seal itself of this case, the ridge part, none of that's been affected, so that looks pretty good. The dogs have a little bit of wear on the inside there, but I think that's just pretty much standard for using it. So I think this outer case is still good. Coming down to the chain case itself, probably gonna be hard to see there, but this gear here, this upper gear it's gone. It needs to be replaced completely. And down there, that lower jack shaft is twisted, and there's also a bolt that came off that. What I don't know is if this back part of this case is salvageable. Maybe I could just buy one of those. I think there's also a puncture hole in the bottom of it down in this area. I can kind of feel with my finger, and there's an indent back there. I don't know if that's part of the way it's built or not. And then the big question I have is, how do I remove this lower jack shaft? I suppose I have to take the suspension off the sled and do something. I mean, do I have to pull all this engine out and all this stuff here? That's kind of a big question I have. If anybody could give me some advice on that, I'd really appreciate it. Maybe it's just as simple as, you know, taking the track off down there and whatnot. Going to the parts themselves, well, that lower jack shaft was twisted. This piece that goes on it looks to be in really good shape, which kind of surprises me because none of those splines seem to be bent at all. I'm not quite sure how that happened where this survived. Maybe it's just stronger material, and but none of these splines on this are bent. Here we have this piece that's broken, but I think the gear itself is in good repair upon further review. I mean, I'm hoping that I could basically just buy these new pieces and the springs that go in there, because those will be needed. Moving on to this other gear. I don't know which gear is which here. We just kind of pulled it off real quick and put it in a box and took it to the shop. But I mean, you know, this gear right here seems to be in pretty good shape. And then we go to the chain. I've run my fingers around the chain. The chain seems to be all right. You know, nothing real sharp there. I mean, I'm not an expert at this by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems okay. This gear also seems to be in relatively good shape. And the same with this one and the needle bearing assembly and all that. So it's kind of looking like this isn't as bad as I originally thought, where all I need to do is get these pieces, if that's possible, then maybe the back side to the chain case, and then understanding how much of a pain in the neck it's really going to be to remove the track and all that to do it. I've never worked on these before. I don't know much about them, and I don't know if there's any parts I'm missing that were grenaded and ground up inside of it, and who knows. I mean, there were some small metal chunks that come out, and it was kind of hard to tell what they were, but I thank everybody for taking the time to help me out with my post, and I just wanted to shoot this video so people could get a clear idea of what I was looking at, and hopefully they could advise me further. Thank you.